Hey everybody, it's Natalie Kling, and I'm so excited today to show you my green espresso smoothie. This is a personal concoction that I developed because I used to love my afternoon espresso, but I also realized it wasn't the best thing for me, so I started to put a little bit of espresso beans into my green smoothies, and voila, I had a totally justified, amazingly nutritious, really creamy espresso-y afternoon treat. So, there's three main components to making a great smoothie. That is creaminess, sweetness, and iciness. So I'm going to show you what I mean. First, I always start with my greens, right? So I take these greens, and fortunately I can pick these right out of our garden. A little bit of chard and a little bit of kale. And I just crunch it up, bend it up, say thank you to these plants for giving me all this nutrient rich life force energy, and I just pop it in the blender, stems and all. Now, the first component I mentioned is creaminess. So the way I like to get my creaminess in a smoothie is using almond milk. I use vanilla unsweetened almond milk, and you want to give it a good cup or cup and a half because it's going to be your only liquid, and you're going to need it to blend up all those yummy greens. The other thing I love to use is a nut butter. So you want to get a raw nut butter. Today I'm using cashew butter, but you can also use raw almond butter. Tahini works great. Tahini's a little bit more bitter, so you're going to want to watch your sweetness, add a little bit of sweetness to it, but a couple good tablespoons of the nut butter works really well. Then I love to add a raw coconut oil. Coconut oil is so yummy. It adds this incredible texture, really smooth and creamy, and it's delicious. It gives you this total island vibe to your smoothie. So that's for creaminess. Then for sweetness, I go for frozen fruit. So today I'm doing frozen mango. Fruit and greens is a great thing to combine when you're making a smoothie because the fruit takes away from the bitterness that sometimes the greens can have, and fruit on its own is probably the healthiest thing we can put in our bodies if we had totally clean bodies. But because we don't, we often have very compromised bodies. Fruit tends to feed some of the bacteria and the yeast, so we have to be a little bit light on fruit. But in a smoothie, it's a great thing to add. And then I brought just some ice cubes. I'm just going to load the blender with ice, and actually I'm going to dump this in because the icier the better, I think, with these smoothies. Gives you a great consistency. And then finally, sweetness. So I like to use raw honey. If I don't have raw honey, I'll use 100% organic maple syrup. I think those are your two best bets. You can also always do stevia, although sometimes people, I don't necessarily love the flavor of stevia. In my smoothies, I like it to be a little bit more flavorful. And then, a secret weapon, which as I have honey dripping off my fingers, I love to add about 2 tablespoons of already ground coffee, or espresso. Now here's the thing, you want to use espresso over coffee because espresso, the way that it's roasted, makes it richer in antioxidants and lower in caffeine. So it doesn't give you the spike and the drop that coffee gives you. It actually gives you a longer lasting, more kind of grounded afternoon buzz, if you will. So a couple tablespoons of grounds. If you have beans, I just do 1 tablespoon of beans. So we are going to put the top on here, and you want it to be at a pretty high speed. So I'm going to turn it up. Alright, so because we're super elegant here at nataliekling.com, I did not bring a cup, but I feel like I should taste it to see how, let's see. It's awesome. I made this for friends yesterday and they were dying. You guys have to try this. If you like espresso and you want to eat healthy and mix it in with your greens, it's such an awesome option. So, that's it for today for our espresso green smoothie. So if you want more information or the recipe written down, go to nataliekling.com. See ya.